So, Venerable Sankhe was just saying to me that after the weekend, she's been thinking a little bit. Something that really struck her was not only has she created negativities, but also caused others to do them and rejoiced in others doing them, and that never kind of dawned on her before. So this is, when we look at some of the things that we recite every day, this comes all the time in the 35 Buddhas, doesn't it? So there's many things that we recite every day, and then all of a sudden, one day, boing, it's like, oh, that's what it means. That is what's going on. So that's kind of what happened here. So that's a very, very good thing, because, it's one thing to think about the things we have done ourselves, but it's another to think about what we have asked other people to do, or encouraged other people to do, or advised other people to do. Okay? So, even from simple things like somebody calls on the phone and we are busy, and instead of telling somebody, please tell them I'm busy, we say, please tell them I'm not home. From simple things like that to, lying about financial things, lying about personal things, kind of encouraging other people to lie on our behalf. We did something wrong, we asked somebody else to lie and cover it up for us. This is the core of, what do they call it, dependent relationships? Not the good kind of dependence, the the dysfunctional dependence. Or, times when we've taken things as stolen, things that don't belong to us for the benefit, the times when we've asked somebody else to take something that doesn't belong to them because we want it. Or we've encouraged people in malicious ways of thinking by getting them all involved in, well, I don't like so-and-so, and how are we going to retaliate? And so really encouraging that person to have bad thoughts. Yeah. What have you encouraged others to do? Pet you. So, any kind of negative action that we may have encouraged somebody to do. And this can also be in terms of giving advice to somebody. And we have to be very careful with this. Even if somebody, for example, is very sick, we shouldn't say to them, oh, it's good if you die now, or your time is up, or, better to die than to live this wretched life, or tell somebody else to tell somebody that, like that, because that's quite negative. So we shouldn't do it ourselves or encourage somebody else to do it. So to take very good stock of, what we encourage other people to do, what we advise them to do. Yeah. And then, so doing it ourselves, causing others to do something, oh, just go tell that person off. Or third, rejoicing in others' negativities. And so that one is very easy to do when we're watching the news, for example, and oh, they killed so-and-so, or so many this and that. We go, oh, good, kind of in our heart we rejoice. Or, somebody else gets caught for embezzling. Oh, good, that person's, going to rot in prison, or rejoicing at an execution. All sorts of things like this where other people have done negative actions or have encountered harm, and then we rejoice and say, oh, that's good. Or somebody who we don't like has some misfortune, and then we think, oh, now they're getting a taste of their own medicine from when they hurt me, So rejoicing in their misfortune, or in, rejoicing in others' negative actions. So to be really careful. Of course the same works the other way for positive actions, and these we should not regret. Okay, so regretting our positive actions is not so good. But, to do as many positive actions as we can, to encourage others to do that. So, for example, when you're leading a sadhana, or leading a meditation, or helping somebody learn how to make offerings or set up a meditation practice, you're encouraging them to do something virtuous. looking at what we advise, other people to do, and what we rejoice at their doing. So when people are studying or practicing or being generous, or even if they're being generous to somebody else, whereas we wish they would give that thing to us, to rejoice that they're just being generous instead of being jealous. Okay? So, that kind of rejoicing, encouraging other people to do virtue, doing virtue ourselves, all of that creates so much positive potential.